What's up, Collective fam? It's your boy Tony the Toy Rat, back with another rigorous resin review for new PVC pre-used or previewed, and this one is the Red Hood. Okay, guys, before we get too far into it, I want to give you the tech specs on this guy. He's obviously a PVC diorama, but I wanted to give you some height specs because collectors really should know the area around where this guy's going to be. So from the base to the top of his head, as you can see, he's right at 10 inches. But that's not the important number to worry about because we've got a sword out here. So this sword, when we pull back, is all the way at 14 inches. So if you're going to buy this piece, you're going to need to have at least 14 inches of airspace to cover the area around him. He is also, excuse me, don't like pulling him out of frame like that. Okay. All right. So he is also a full 8 inches, 8 to 10, I would leave in space around him. So you can't really overcrowd this guy when you put him in. He's also sitting on a hollow base. So he's very light. Super, super light. You can see where the pins are at, where he's being held in there. This is a base that was made separately from the unit, and that's what you can see where the pins, where he's locked in there. Okay. That being said, he's under a pound. He's right around, maybe just right around a pound. And those are the tech specs. If you don't know who the Red Hood is, quick backstory on the guy. He's all the way back from 1951. Supposed to have been the replacement for Robin. Yeah, Batman's Robin. This guy was Jason Todd, and he was supposed to be Batman's the next guy, the next Dick Grayson. Instead, they retconned him. His face got burned. He wears a hood, and now he's a vigilante. So that's the backstory. Let's talk about the statue. Okay, the statue is cool. I like its look overall, but I would say there's a couple of things I have questions about in terms of how they did their sculpt. As you can see it spinning around right now, it's pretty cool, but when you stop to take a look at it, I'm not entirely sure what this thing he's jumping off of is. It kind of looks, I'm going to pick him up here, it kind of looks like it could be a Lego block. You know, sitting on the top up here. I suppose it's meant to look like the top of a building of some sort, right? But if that's the case, this pose that they chose here is a little awkward. It looks like he's in battle. This is a battle motion. He's got his forward arm extended here with the sword all the way out, and he's got a fist back fisted. He's clearly leaping, and he's in motion. He's going to give it to somebody. That means he's jumping off the edge of this building here, and whoever he's fighting is also in the air already, which, all right, that's plausible. It could be Batman, I suppose. But the likelihood of the Animus, the way he's laid out right now, he just doesn't look like he's that level action. This is I'm getting ready to, not like I'm already in battle. So, okay, I'll question the pose, and I question a little bit of this stand that we're on in here. The other thing is here, it's meant to look like it's got a weathered look on it with this sort of scratchy finish. But if I'm being honest, it just looks like scratchy plastic. Because I don't know what this thing is meant to be that he's jumping off of. Let me leave that alone. This is comic book accurate to a fault. Most everything else on the body looks pretty much as you can see him in the DC comic books. And the movies, if you haven't checked those out, you should try and check one out. His face, his head, his whole top part is very, very glossy. You can see that there's a sheen coming off that, even with the lower lights that I've put on it. And they use that same application on his chest where you can see the bat, and I will slow it down so you can get a much better look at that really cool bat symbol they've got tucked under the coat. Here I'm going to point something out, and it's just another pet peeve. I think the sculpt just went a little bit off. The torso appears to be longer than necessary. And I know that's accented by the fact that the jacket is shortened or foreshortened as a result of the extension of the arms. You're going to tell me that. I know that. But that's, if you look on the back side, it looks like this part is also longer than necessary. So I'm not entirely sure. In the ab structure here, you can see one part gets elongated more than the rest of them. There you go. That gets you a nice close look. So that's a question mark for me, okay? Again, the torso thing. Then there's this, what he's stepping on top of right now. Then there's the pose and whether he should be in this particular pose in this particular arena or whether he's accurate to a fault there. And then how he looks. the comic accurate leather coat, and this has been shown both all the way out. The cuffs have been shown all the way out, which personally I happen to like a little bit more. And then they have been shown like this, cuffed up. So take it as you want. It shows a little bit more bare skin for me. I again, this particular arm, I don't know why. For me, it seems like it's just possibly a little longer than it needs to be. So we have a longer torso, I think, and slightly longer arm, or at least that's the way it appears to me. So I'm going to set him back down, let him roll around. The pants that he's wearing, I've seen him wear several different types of pants. Some look somewhat mechanical. Some look like they could have more armaments attached to them. This is sort of a plain approach to some of the gear that you've seen him in with the comic books. I would say the same is accurate for the boots. You can look at any number of examples on the Jason Todd version of Red Hood, and you will find that there's different variations of the comic that could have been applied here. And this was a tame approach to the Red Hood. That's my overall. I'm a big fan of Diamond Select Toys. Everybody knows that. This is a excellent piece overall, but if you were spending the money, should you buy this piece? That I leave to you. I'm not sure I would have jumped at this particular sculpt to end up, if it wasn't gifted to me this particular time. Just because I'm not sure I'm in love with everything that they did here, but I overall think if you're going to have the Batman, you're going to have all of his arch nemesis, you're going to have the Red Hood one way or the other. You choose whether you pick up the sculpt. This one is Diamond Select Toys, Gallery Edition, of course, and it is the Red Hood. It's your boy Tony the Toy Rat. See you next time.